channel. If you guys new here on my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be testing out a new foundation for you guys, and this is the most expensive foundation that I have purchased in my life. This is crazy, insane expensive foundation. And because I'm a foundation junkie, I like to test out different kind of foundation, and I'm very picky on my foundation because I have acne prone skin, which means that I need a very good base for my makeup because I have to hide out all that hyperpigmentation or acne scar or active acne that's on my skin right now. With that being said, today I'll be testing out the Prairie foundation and concealer. This foundation, it retails for $225. I bought it from Nordstrom, and with tax I paid for a total of $2,000. What? And with tax I paid for $245. And this is a really expensive foundation I have purchased in my life. I mean, $200, I think I can do a lot of things with that money. For the sake of this video, and because I'm a foundation junkie, I just want to test this out to see how it works on my oily skin. And Prairie is considered as a very good skincare brand, and they have come up with a foundation. The foundation, it did contain some skincare kind of benefit in the foundation. So I'm gonna pull out a Nordstrom website to see how this foundation claims to be. This Skin Caviar concealer and foundation offers full natural looking coverage with SPF of 15 protection and dewy finish. A perfectly matched concealer camouflages under eye darkness and deeper flaws while helping to support skin elastic. The foundation and concealer formulas are infused with caviar extract for lifting and firming benefit. It includes a foundation sponge and a precision concealer brush in addition of a 2 times mattifying mirror in the cap. So I think this foundation, it really targets to those people who have more mature skin and dry to combination finish, and I personally have oily skin. I'm very excited yet nervous to try this foundation out because I don't want to end up being really oily at the end of the day. Let's open this box. First of all, in here I see a little box in here and the actual foundation. So for the concealer, it comes with 1.0 fluid ounce, which is a typical foundation that it comes with. And for the concealer, it only comes with 0.07 ounce. And I believe this kind of texture of concealer, it will last you longer, but we have to test this out. On the cap, it comes with 2 times mattify mirror, which you see every single pore on your face. If you like that, you can use it, but I'm good with it. And in this little box, let's see what it comes with. And here it comes with a sponge and a little brush for your concealer, and I believe this is like a container for the foundation. Oh yeah, I just figured this out. It's supposed to be like a stand for your foundation with a brush on the side, which it looks very pretty if you use it as a decoration, but personally I don't think it's necessary. I see that coming with a very expensive high-end foundation. Foundation bottle, it does feel heavy, and the quality of the bottle, it looks very durable, it looks nice, very high-end. This is what you pay for a very expensive foundation. $245 foundation, you get a really good quality of the bottle and the stand. For primer today, I'll be using my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This is a smoothing primer that will eliminate my pores in the center of my face. And on the rest of my face, I'll be dabbing this Remote Stay Matte Magnifying Primer. This works really good on my skin during the summertime. I don't really rub it on my face, I just dab it on the side of my face, kind of control my oils produced during the day. On this side of my face, I'll be using a damp sponge to apply my foundation, and on this side, I'll be using the IT Cosmetics Velvet Luxie 302 foundation brush. So this is one layer of foundation on my face with the sponge, and it does look like my skin but better. it kind of even out my texture on my skin, and it looks very, very natural, which I like about it. It's good for everyday makeup look. So here I have applied one layer of foundation on my skin, and on this side with the sponge it does look more natural finish with a hint of dewy finish. And on this side it looked a little bit more mattifying with the brush. And as the coverage, it does look the same. It doesn't look more full coverage with the brush or with the sponge. It does look even out for both application. So it really depends on your preference on what applicator you want to use to apply this foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with a second layer just on the hyperpigmentation that I have on my face, just to see how it covers. For the second layer, just to hide my hyperpigmentation, it does really covers up my acne scar. But then as far as the active acne that I have in here, it has a little redness. It doesn't cover much. I forgot to mention to you guys what shade I got here. So the shade I got is Honey Beige, and I'm kind of middle of the Honey Beige and Warm Beige. Warm Beige is like the right undertone for my skin, but just a little bit darker. And for Honey Beige, it's a right tone on my skin, but has a little hint of lighter color on my face, if that makes sense. Before I put on the concealer that it comes with, I have to always put my BECCA under eye brightener corrector, because I have really dark circle, and every single day before I apply my concealer, I always apply this. So after I apply my under eye brightener, I'll be trying this concealer with my finger. The concealer is a little lighter than the foundation itself, so it's more like a brightener instead of a concealer that it really conceals your darkness on your under eye. I'm not liking the concealer, but then so far I do like the foundation. It does feel very lightweight. I don't feel like I have foundation on my skin, and it does look like your skin but better kind of finish, so it's really good for everyday use. For now, I don't think it looks very dewy on my skin, but then we have to see during the day, because I do produce oil during the day. To be fair on testing this foundation out, as usual, I'll be putting on my setting powder by Laura Mercier. As usual, underneath my eye, I'm gonna do a baby baking. For the rest of my face, I'll be using a fluffy brush to apply over my face. Right now the time is 3:23, and I'll be putting the rest of my makeup, and I'll see you guys in a second. Hi guys, now I'm back with my full face makeup on, and right now the time is 4:12 p.m. I did start my day pretty late. I'm still gonna test this foundation out, and we'll see how it lasts on my oily skin. It's been 45 minutes, and for now I'm still liking the foundation, how it stays, how it feels, and how it wears on my skin. It doesn't feel oily, dewy, or too dry on my skin. I like that it gives me a very natural finish, like my skin, but better. So right now I'm still liking the foundation on my first impression. As usual, I did set my makeup with my setting spray from Urban Decay, the Sleek setting spray, and this is what usually I do on my oily skin everyday makeup look. So to be fair, I just want to test this out in the same way to see how it lasts on my skin, and I'll check back with you guys in a few hours later. Hi guys, I'm back with the second check-in, and right now the time is 8:15. So I've been wearing this foundation for about 4 hours, and right now I see a little oil is peeking through underneath the foundation. I can tell my natural oil looks really luminous on this side of my face and the tip of my nose, which is very normal because usually my natural oil produced during the day. Consider this is not a matte foundation, this is more like a dewy natural finish foundation. It did hold up pretty good in my opinion. I still see my highlight, my contour, and my blush is still on, and it doesn't have a cakey kind of issues on this foundation. But right now, once my oil peeking through underneath the foundation, I can kind of feel the foundation is on my skin. So far I'm liking the foundation, but the concealer is something that I don't think I'm gonna use it again, because first of all, the coverage is not something that I like, and it kind of brightens out my darkness underneath my eye. Also underneath my eyes is creasing right now. I usually don't have fine lines underneath my eye when I use my Tarte Shape Tape concealer or other ColourPop concealer. I do like those concealer, and I don't have the issues that it kind of shows all the lines underneath my eye. But this concealer, it does that on my eye. I don't like that the brightening effect, it kind of brighten out my darkness underneath my eye, which is not concealing my darkness at all. So I don't think I'll be using the concealer in the future. Then I'm still gonna do a final check-in later on and see how this foundation actually holds up on my skin. Did it get dewy? Did it get too oily on my face? And I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Hi guys, I'm back with the final check-in. Right now the time is 10:35 and I've been wearing this foundation for a straight 7 hours. Now I'm going to give out my final thoughts on this foundation. I'm gonna zoom you guys into my face to see more details of the foundation. First of all, the foundation, it did stay pretty well on my oily skin. I'm kind of impressed that it doesn't give me a very dewy looking because I have oily skin. This foundation is meant to be more for those people who have dry to combination, but then for oily skin, I personally think that because the base that I use is really mattifying for my oily skin, so it holds up pretty well during the day. When it comes to foundation and concealer, I'm very picky about those because I need a very good base for my oily skin and also to hide those hyperpigmentation because I have an acne prone skin. So that's why I'm very picky about my base. The base is everything that you need to make you look good, if that makes sense. As you can tell, the foundation, it looks very natural. It doesn't look very dewy on my skin with the ring light and the lighting in this room. And again, I'm very amazed on how it stayed pretty good on my oily skin. The two concerns I have for this foundation, first of all, in the center of my face, I use my Urban Decay Smoothing Primer. Even though I kind of blur out my pores, and I feel like this foundation, it kind of sink into my pores and it creates those kind of white heads on this area and on my nose. This is kind of something that I don't like how the foundation work on my skin, because I don't like a foundation kind of sink into my skin and kind of create some dirt on top. To test out the foundation, I always look at my chin part to see if I like the foundation, because this is the part that I have the most texture and acne scar or any acne texture. That all the disgusting stuff is on my chin area. The chin area, I don't know if you guys can tell, it kind of separate on my chin and it kind of creates a lot of white heads on my skin. For the concealer part, I've talked about it in my second check-in, and I'm not liking the concealer because first of all, the consistency, I don't think it works on my oily skin. And I don't like how it creates those fine lines underneath my eye. I usually don't have that problem if I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape. If I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape, I don't have this much of mascara fallout. This is insane mascara fallout to me because I did set my under eye, and also it wasn't too hot today and I have been staying in the house for the whole day. I don't think the concealer works for my under eye and my oily skin because this is not acceptable. I'm not liking it. So my final thought on this La Prairie foundation, I'm not gonna like this. I'm not liking this at all with the price tag. $245 for a foundation. I don't see it works on my oily skin, although I'm very impressed how it stays on my oily skin because it doesn't look very dewy at all. But then I don't like how the foundation kind of sink into my pores and it creates a white head, and it kind of have a texture area on my chin. So it only comes with 15 shades. If you guys don't find the shades within the 15 shades, then you have to mix it But then again, it's really expensive to purchase 2 high-end foundation and mix it as one. Concealer part, I'm not liking how it stays underneath my eye. It kind of brightens out my darkness underneath my eye. And I don't like the consistency. It feels like a little heavy and sticky, and it creates fine line underneath my eye, which I usually don't have that problems with my Tarte Shape Tape. Even though I set my under eye, I have mascara that kind of falls underneath my eye, which is not acceptable. Again, this is all my opinion on how this foundation sits on my oily skin, on my acne prone skin. I am very picky on my foundation because I'm a foundation junkie. I've tried a lot of foundation, and also concealer is something that I'm really picky about it because I have really dark circle and I have oily skin, so I have to make sure that it doesn't smudge my mascara or my eyeliner. For this 245 La Prairie foundation, even though it has skincare in it, I'm just gonna pass this foundation because for this ridiculous price, it doesn't work on my skin. It kind of sink into my pores, create whiteheads, which I'm not liking it. I would rather spend my $245 on buying 4 bottles of YSL foundation instead of purchasing this expensive foundation. Again, all the opinions here is just something that the foundation doesn't work on my oily skin, my acne prone skin, but then it might work better on your dry or combination skin. And if you guys try this out and if you guys end up liking it or not, please leave me a comment down below and see to share what skin type are you and then how it works on you. Just kind of share your experience on this foundation. This is all my La Prairie foundation and concealer review, and I hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys still like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It means a lot to me, and also don't forget to subscribe down below to join my little family here, and I'll see you guys till next time. Bye!